We left you at the end of episode 8 on our way to the Ushuaia airport after leaving the Hondias, our home for the previous 2 weeks as we explored the wonders of the Antarctic Peninsula. We waited several hours at the airport for our 350-mile flight to El Calafate. At the El Calafate airport, we were met by Herman, our driver for the remaining 120 miles to El Chalten. Driving through this area of Patagonia was reminiscent of driving through the western states of the U.S., and the herds of guanaco we passed reminded us of passing pronghorn antelope in Wyoming. As we gained altitude driving into the Andes Mountains, the weather deteriorated, and we were driving through a chilly rain as we entered Argentina's Glacier National Park. El Chalten lies within the confines of the northern district of the national park and is known as the Argentine National Capital of Trekking. El Parque Nacional Los Glaciares refers to the Andean ice cap, the fourth largest in the world after Antarctica, Greenland, and Iceland. The name of the small town of El Chalten is derived from the now extinct language Tehuelche and means smoking mountain, referring to the iconic peak of Mount Fitzroy, which is just 15 miles away on the Chilean border, generally capped with clouds. The modern name of the mountain, Fitzroy, is for the captain of Charles Darwin's ship, HMS Beagle. We arrived at the Hosteria Senderos, our home for the next couple of days. When we awoke on Tuesday morning, the rain had changed to snow. Our guide arrived to lead us on a hike, or trek as they say in that part of the world, into the hills leading to Fitzroy. We dressed for the occasion and headed out. When we reached our turnaround point, the sky cleared and it warmed up so the snow started melting. The hike back down was a different world than the trek going up. On Monday, March 29th, we walked through town from our hotel to the park's visitor center. Rio Fitzroy is glacial runoff coming from Mount Fitzroy. When we reached the visitor center, we posed for the usual tourist photos. No, that's not right. Switch positions. That's better. We started hiking to the Mirador Los Condores, the lookout of the condors, but the ladies decided on an exploring stroll through town and turned back. The panoramic view from the top was spectacular. Meanwhile, back in town, wonder if the workers installing this sidewalk wheelchair ramp questioned anything, or did they just follow their orders? After breakfast on Tuesday, March 30th, our driver arrived for the nearly 200-mile drive to the Nibepo Ake sheep ranch, located in the southern unit of Glacier National Park. Just outside of town, we stopped to look back and take some photos of Mount Fitzroy. On our way to El Chalten, we were driving in the rain and missed this beautiful sight. We stopped one more time for a last look at Fitzroy. Along the way, we saw herd after herd of guanaco. At roughly our halfway point of the drive, we made a rest stop at La Leona, a roadhouse more than 120 years old. In 1877, an Argentine explorer was almost killed by a female puma. He named the local river La Leona, the Lion. In 1894, a raft crossing was established on La Leona, and a Danish immigrant built the inn. In 1905, 3 gringos, 2 men and a woman, stayed for a few days. After they left, the police came with photos of the 3. They were following Butch Cassidy, Sundance, and Etta Place, who had robbed a bank in Rio Gallegos. At this point in our journey, we were driving on the famous Argentina Ruta 40, Route 40, one of the longest scenic highways of the world, running from the Bolivian border to the city of Rio Gallegos, just north of the Straits of Magellan, paralleling the Andes Mountains. Our drive covered about 50 of the 3,246-mile highway. We left Highway 40 and turned to follow the southern shore of Lago Argentino toward El Calafate. And shortly after El Calafate, we turned onto 34 kilometers of dirt road to to Nabepo Ake. Our driver pointed out some flamingos a distance away, along with some upland geese, also known as Magellanic geese. We arrived at our home for the next few days. The name of the ranch comes from combining the nicknames of the daughters of the original Croatian owners more than 100 years ago, Nini, Bebe, and Porota, Ni Be Po. Ike is from the extinct Tehuelche language, meaning home.
It's harder than it looks. You're getting a little bit.
And hit the bucket.
I found my new career.
Our accommodations at the ranch house were very nice. We took several walks around the grounds and surrounding area. The land immediately surrounding the lake was devoid of trees, looking like it experiences periodic flooding. It does, and when we get to episode 10, I'll explain. Many of the rock surfaces around the beach were covered with what appeared to be some sort of lichen. We were told this was not lichen, but a kind of photographic image of rotting vegetation. Various species of caracara are often found from Tierra del Fuego to southern Texas. The Chimango caracara is the local species. They're often found in pairs and known as a paracara. A member of the falcon family, it sometimes goes for live prey, but mostly scavenges. We also saw parrots and Magellanic geese. Lenticular cloud formations seem to be common over the mountains.